Hey YouTubers, how you doing? Remember to like, subscribe, and click that notification button. I'm BG Intentional and here to talk to you today about that word budget. The days of budgeting is gone. Yes, it's gone. Let's say goodbye to budgeting. And let's look at life as a business, right? So let's talk about an expense report. So an expense report is what I call a budget. I don't like the word budget because I think what it does is it tells people that you can't have something. And I'm not saying that. But we've got to have priorities, right? We've got to start from the beginning. Of course, remember I say saving is investing, investing is savings. So we're going to save and invest. And then we've got the three basic principles, okay? And it's food, shelter, and clothing. For adults, transportation is important. If you don't have transportation, how do you go to work? Now, some people can do that. You can Uber, ride share, or you can ride the bus or the train. Either way, you are going to need transportation to get to work. So after this budget, shall I say, expense report, what we're looking for is we need money to save and invest. So this is going to be something new for a lot of people, but I've been really thinking about this. And why is it that we always talk about paying ourselves first, but do we really pay ourselves at first? Well, I tried it and I like it, and I like it a lot. So what I mean by paying yourself first is first of all, when you do this expense report, you see if you have money left over after these certain expenses, pay yourself first. So what I mean by that is to take your paycheck, let it go into your bank account. Now understand, a bank account could be a lot of things. It could be a Fidelity account. It could be a Vanguard account. It could be a Schwab account. It could be any type of brokerage account. Okay? But the point of it is you're looking for the highest yield. A lot of us, money comes in and it goes right back out the door. It catches no interest, right? So let me just give an example. I've got money now going into my Fidelity account, my paycheck, and that paycheck goes straight to a 4.02% 7-day yield account. That's right. So it's hitting that account. Now, we want to make sure that we have our $1,000 put away. We want to have our $2,000. We want to set up that 52-week challenge, right? We want to make sure that we have that stability so we're not relying on that check and living from paycheck to paycheck. We've heard that before, right? Well, if your money's coming into that account, then guess what? That money's growing with interest. It's free money, guys. Think about it. It's free money. So, after we do that, we definitely have our necessities. So, we have our shelter and housing. Of course, our utilities, our bills, right? Cell phone. Those are necessities. Food, clothing, and of course transportation, insurance, gas, etc., right? And like I said, if we have extra money, thus the money that we start looking at into investing, i.e. saving. Now, what do we invest in? Well, we can invest in stocks, we can invest in REITs, okay? We can invest in mutual funds, index funds, ETFs, bonds. There's a lot of things to invest in. And remember, when we're talking about investing is for that long haul, for the long run. And that's why you want to create multiple buckets. When I was younger, we didn't have these things available. We didn't have fractional investing. We didn't have multiple accounts. We didn't have online accounts. Yeah, I'm showing my age. Sorry about that. But you guys, a lot of people, we all have an opportunity. And I guarantee you a lot of us have more money than we realize it. And so create those different channels or those different buckets, as we call it, and start dropping money into it. So for example, I have a cash management account. I have several other accounts as well. And all of those accounts have a different purpose. I even got one from a kid, So that way I've got multiple streams of income starting to work for me, right? Life is a business. So how do we do that? You open up that brokerage account or a Robinhood account. And now you start investing in some stocks. And let me just give you a good example, AT&T, for example. Love AT&T. I got into AT&T a long time ago. I got into it in the $9, $10 range, and now it's up to $22 plus. But here's the biggest thing. It's a twofer. I am getting 0.27 cents, so 27 cents every 3 months. And how that works is AT&T is a long-term stock, has a great dividend yield, okay? So what if I told you, if you owned one share of AT&T right now at $22, every 3 months would be a knock on your door and there'd be an envelope. And in that envelope was 27 cents. And think about if you parked that money, invested it long term, you're saving that money. Would you take that 27 cents every 3 months, which would be 4 times a year? I would. I am. So there's 2 options. Those 2 options are to reinvest that 27 cents and buy you more stock, or you can take the cash or take that cash dividend. Now, I have been working diligently. That is one of my goats, I call it. And so I've got over 2,000 shares. So you do the math. So 2,000 times 0.27, you're looking at about $540, right? So would you have a problem with having your money saved up? That stock is also grown, and you're also getting $540 every 3 months. Not bad, huh? And so I'm getting that 4 times a year. And I'm reinvesting that and buying more stock. And then when you get down that line later on, you've created another sustainable income. Enough for a car payment or a cell phone bill indefinitely, or other utilities and stuff. And that's how people with money continue to grow their money. So no robbing Peter to pay Paul. You change your lifestyle. You get more focused. You create an expense report. You know what you can and can't do. If you need more extra money, you get a side gig. Do something productive. Do a hobby. Do something you're passionate about. But you can create extra money. Sell some things. But guess what? There's extra money out there. It's right in front of you, people. It's right in front of you. So, I will have and give you access to a mock-up budget sheet or expense report. Sorry. Let me know if you need any assistance. Reach out to me. Email address is in the link, as well as get that Robinhood account open. I've got a link and a free stock for you. And also, I do one-on-one consultations. That's right, virtual and or phone. And I'm glad to help and educate you. So, we will be talking soon. We're going to get more into the stocks, basic stock investing, dividend yields, those kinds of things to get you underway. But we've got to get that budget expense report in play. We've got to know what we have and know what we're working with. We've got to make sure that we're paying our bills and taking care of our family and doing those things and necessities. I understand that. But folks, again, there's free money out there. It's been around since the 1600s, right in front of our face. And so let's have a conversation, and I'll be glad to help you out. So remember, like, subscribe, and click that notification button and stay tuned for more from BG Intentional. We'll talk to you soon.